I have some very special guests with me today. The dynamic musical goth duo, Petals and Thorns. Hey guys!
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. I'm a huge fan of your music, and we originally met when I helped host The Daughter of the Ghoul back in 2013 or 2014 or something.
Was it that long?
It doesn't feel like
Time
that.
flies.
Right. So since then, you guys have really evolved. And Grim and I have too. We have our own, The Mummy and the Monkey's Harry Scary Hangout. You guys have like how many albums total?
Two.
Two new albums since then.
Yeah.
Wow. So how many total albums have you guys made?
Two.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you have two. Because your new one came out recently.
Yeah.
And The Maid and the Blacksmith. And I love it. I was listening to that in the car the other day.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, how did you guys get started? Everyone has an origin story. Grim and I have some humble beginnings, but yeah, we want to hear your story.
Well, we actually reconnected on the internet, actually. We were on MySpace, of all places.
MySpace.
Well, we actually met in high school years
Aw.
before we got together.
Recognize
Just
each other
kinda
on
friends,
MySpace from that, yeah.
Well, I didn't recognize her.
Oh, that's right.
I was sort of on a mission looking for a singer.
I recognized
And-
you, but you
yeah,
didn't recognize me.
Yeah. A mutual friend of ours, she was friends with, and first thing on her MySpace profile was, I want to be a singer. And she put some of her, inspirations down and said, this is the girl. So I said, hey, her thing was set to private, and I said, hey, can you tell this girl to send me a message? So she sends me a message, and she said, hey, I remember you. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and he's like, what?
So that was kind of how we met up, it was sort of destiny kind of thing, right?
Yeah, we were both into the similar interests, similar musical styles that we were interested in, and just kind of was meant to be.
That's awesome. So you started out as kind of like high school classmates, and then later on met in the magical world of MySpace.
Like probably 10 years after high school, yeah. It was,
Yeah.
oh.
And found out that we lived very close, about a mile away from each other, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was kind of like, oh, wow.
Give it a try. Yeah.
That's amazing. So what were your inspirations? Because you have a goth kind of industrial, sometimes a metal sound. Sometimes I hear like piano and it's more like melodic. So yeah, what did you guys grow up listening to? Like what are your inspirations?
Well, for me, I'll start, I guess. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, when I started playing the guitar when I was about 10, it was about 1990, early 90s. It was Metallica, Nirvana, all the grunge bands. But I was also influenced with a lot of like 80s metal bands from an uncle of mine. So Iron Maiden, I was big into, Dream Theater, and then all the other, Actually, it was Kiss, the song that they did at the end of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey when they were doing their whole concert part at the end. There's a Kiss song on it. God gave rock and roll to you. Well, I was like 10 or 11. I'm like, yes, God gave rock and roll to me. I got to play the guitar. So then later in high school, that's when I kind of started going towards like the Nine Inch Nails and the Type O Negative and learning about all those kind of bands. Tool was a big one. Korn.
Fun.
And then in the 2000s, I got into a little more like techno kind of things. Crystal Method, Chemical Brothers, Lords of Acid, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
and it all just kind of piled up. And I had been in a bunch of bands, and it was never really what I wanted to do, but just kind of going with the group, and none of it ever worked out. I just wanted to do what I had in my mind to do, and nobody else really wanted to, so just kind of ended up on my own doing music, and then I found her.
Yeah.
So
Aww.
and we fit together, so
Like peanut butter and jelly.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So you play guitar, and what other instruments do you play, or is it mostly like the electronic?
It's mostly programming, but
Okay.
like I can play the drums. It's just easier to program them, and that's kind of the sound we're going for. I'm not an amazing whiz on the piano, but I can program, what I need to. But yeah, basically,
Cool.
you can put an instrument in front of me, and I'll do something with it. Might
You
not
get
be a Beethoven or anything, but I'll play around.
You get that creativity going, no
Right.
matter what you're working with.
Yep.
And then you're the singer, the you've got that beautiful voice, and
thank
it
you.
sounds like you were just meant to be a singer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I started out playing the flute actually
Oh.
through grade school, went all the way through high school, and didn't really explore singing until I got a little bit older. In high school was when I really found my voice, and then as far as my musical influences, they're wide ranging. I actually started out liking a lot of bands from like the 70s. I have a soft spot for the Doors actually. Even Jethro Tull too, because of that flute. So I used to experiment with that. And then when I got a little older, I got really into Tori Amos and just loved singing with her vocals. And I feel like it really kind of helped me develop my singing voice. And then I started to get into a lot of music, other music like Nine Inch Nails and Susie and the Banshees, Sisters of Mercy, and there's quite a few.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I feel like I have a lot of different music styles in my background. My grandparents were actually really big music collectors, and they had all of these albums, and I would listen to like the big band music and all kinds of stuff. So I have that part, and then my parents also were huge record collectors, so I just like dove into their record collections. So I feel like I have a lot of exposure from different genres and time eras that brought me to here. So it's kind of overwhelming when I think about it. I can't recall everything off the top of my head. So there's so many different things actually. So
We can relate because a lot of people ask Grim and I, what's your favorite scary movie?
Right.
And it's really hard to just pick one or two. So it has to be difficult for you to just pick one or two bands
Exactly.
that you like because
Right.
there's so much great, so many great musicians out there, so much great music.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you have a wide variety of tastes. That's good. All right, so you're the singer. Now, do you both write the songs, or is there one that does more writing than the? How does the writing process work?
It's long.
Yeah, and it can be mutual, and
Lot
at
of
the
it's
same
mutual,
time, it
yeah.
can be like one of us has an idea, and then we kind of bounce off the other, and then it just kind of develops from there. We're really good at like when we have an idea, we have this like synastry where we just it seems to blend. Like we always end up coming up with something. It always ends up working out in the end, you know.
Right.
So, which I think is so important when you're in a band, is being able to have that ability to compromise and blend. So
A lot of the little piano parts, I'll actually write on an acoustic guitar. Not intentionally, I'll write something and go, hey, maybe I should try that on the piano, and then I can do something different on guitar. So there's a lot of that in the beginning, where you just have a little idea, and it's like, well, where's this going? And it just kind of falls together. Or it doesn't, you know, and then you just put it to the side, and there's a lot of those. But
yeah, we have some things that like we were touching in on, and we're like, oh, we should do something with this, but you know, it's just not the right time. So then it could become later material, and we just kind of save it, and then
right.
you never know, you know, years from now we might rebirth it again.
Right. Use it on the next album or something.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Some stuff doesn't work at that time, but you can always go back and do something with it later.
Exactly. Right. And the last song on our album just seemed to take forever, and it's her favorite. It definitely came out really good, but it was just one of those songs where we're like, oh, how do we put this together? How do we finish this song? And then finally, once it was done, okay, that's, you know. So there's definitely a lot of. That was probably a year that we went back and forth with that song.
Oh, it might have been, yeah.
You know, what's the next part going to be, and kind of wait for a little while. Oh, that's it. You know, it takes some time, just the right moment.
So it grew organically.
Right.
Yeah.
Or some of the songs will be in a week. We got the,
Yeah.
you know, oh, good, this one's done.
Some have been quick, others are not so quick.
Well, I noticed with the songs, the words and the songs, like some of them are like these elaborate poetry pieces. Like some of it's kind of deep. Like there was one song, like Lost in a Dream, and you have a video for that on your YouTube channel. And it's, and I don't know what you're, like, I'm sure you'll tell me, but it felt like it was dealing with maybe stress or anxiety. Do you think that?
Yeah.
A little bit of that, and actually to do with a bit of the social aspects with like social media and
the
some of the
music biz.
addictions that can happen. The album's kind of touching in on this new digital world that we're all kind of being enmeshed in, and so that song kind of was touching in on some of the how you feel like you can just get stuck on something and you'll just fall into it, like online. It doesn't have to be on social media. You could just be on Google or something, searching something, and you might just fall into it. And before you know it, you're spending hours and hours of your time, doing that. I think we can all relate to that in some way.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, I could see that for sure. But yeah, your music videos are good. I saw you put up 2 recently, and I think last time we spoke you said you were working on one or filming one.
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't really worked out too well so far. We had a bad shoot where time was limited and we just didn't get everything we wanted.
Not sure if we're going to go back to that one quite yet, but we do have a lot more to go into that are in the works as well. So, but we did just have Echo Chamber that came out in the end of October.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw Echo Chamber, and I love the lighting you guys did in it.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you.
We were talking off camera about how it can be difficult to do lighting for videos, and when we're independent, some of it, a lot of it we learn as we go.
Sure, absolutely.
But the video looked good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You guys look great. You sound great. Now, you're on YouTube, but where else can people find you online?
Oh, let's see. Quite a few
Everywhere.
different platforms that we're on. I'm going to say, obviously Facebook, Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. And then also...
We were playing with TikTok.
Yeah, we're on TikTok, yes. Starting to do some more stuff on there. And then we're also on... I can't think here. What else?
So if we just Googled Petals and Thorns, it'll come up, and we can put your information at the bottom of the screen, I'm sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We have a website. It's petalsandthorns.net.
Oh, that's even better.
And
So
everything's linked on there.
Yeah,
That's
we have
like-
a link section on there, so...
Oh, good. Okay, so petalsandthorns.net, and that'll be the hub for all of your social media links and music videos.
Definitely.
Awesome. So you have 2 CDs. Do you have anything on vinyl? Have you considered
yet.
making vinyl?
We have. It's actually pretty expensive.
Oh.
So that's just kind of been the issue. Like, if we make these, you have to order so many.
Mhm.
Like, okay, if we order 100 of them, we'd have to sell this many to try to make the money back, and they're pretty expensive. So
Well, maybe
we
down
just haven't
there.
done it yet. We're definitely interested in doing it. But
Well, we would definitely buy a vinyl album.
awesome, thank you.
We love listening to records.
That's cool.
Oh, great.
That's cool.
Yeah, and appreciate the artwork, being able to be displayed
Yeah,
on
the
a
big album
beautiful
cover and
vinyl.
everything,
Always
yeah.
love that.
Yeah. We're independent. We're horror hosts. You guys are independent musicians here in the Cleveland area. What advice do you have for aspiring musicians out there that are trying to get their work out there, trying to do their thing?
Just keep trying. Don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up.
It's tough.
Just keep doing what you love. And
If you feel like something's really not working out, just try to figure something else out.
right.
Don't give up. That's the best advice I can say.
Same here.
I would have to agree.
Yeah.
Thank you. When was the last time you played live anywhere?
Oh, jeez, I think it was New Year's
Would've
into
been-
2016. So
Yeah.
Oh.
it's been a few years. It's been a little while.
So you took a little break.
Little
Yeah.
break. It's hard to find gigs out there too. One of the bands we were playing with quite a bit was Lestat, and they ended up giving it up. So there's kind of strength in numbers in the scene, and there's not a whole lot of numbers right now. It doesn't seem like for what we're doing at least, So we're just kind of taking
But
it day
we're
by day.
Totally open to doing shows.
Yeah.
So
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah.
Book
Give us a
them.
call.
Yeah, because I love the goth music. I love that sound. It's kind of like metal, but kind of not. It's like
Sure.
this cool mishmash of things, and it's not just you. And you guys write all of your own material. You're not just a Cleveland cover band. You're like, and you guys do it all. It's just you 2 doing this, right?
yeah.
We did have an engineer co-producer on the
Mhm.
second album who really helped big time. He's got a very laid out studio in his house, and a friend of
Wow.
mine, and that helped a lot. So he was able to bring the quality of the audio up quite a bit just with all the stuff he's got. But the first one, yeah, we did it all. I produced it all the editing and everything, and we do all the video stuff for our videos ourselves.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a lot of work, but keeps us out of trouble.
Yeah, it can be a lot of work, but if it's work that you're passionate about, it's
It's
definitely
not work then, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You get into it. It's
Exactly.
very cool. And with social media, the way things online have changed in the past 10 years or so, when you're an independent artist, that can really help. You mentioned you were on like Twitter and TikTok and everything. How is that? I mean, has that helped your reach or grow your audience?
Yeah, I think that I've actually found some new fans from TikTok and on Instagram as well, and then through Facebook, I think has been pretty good too. And just it really does help when people spread the word, and it makes a huge difference when people are like sharing our content or recommending our content and stuff. And then of course YouTube is probably my most favorite platform of all, because it allows us to even have a platform to show our videos.
Right.
So that would be my number one favorite.
Yeah, 25 years ago, we're handing out flyers or giving people burned CDs, and now you just, hey, go to our website. And so there's a big difference there. It's definitely a lot easier to reach out with the music.
Yeah, especially across the world. We even have some fans that are in Australia, Finland. There's all over. So we never would have had that opportunity. So
Right.
That's a really great thing for social media.
That's awesome.
And like she said with the YouTube, 25 years ago, if we made a video, who would see it, So that's just, the saving grace for being able to do that.
Yes.
I guess pass a VHS around like, I have a video.
Right, yeah, right. Yeah.
But now when you're on YouTube or on social media, it's like the virtual version of, here's my tape, here's my
Exactly.
CD. Yeah. So that's awesome. All right, so for the friends and fans that are watching out there, this is an ask. We need you to go to the Petals and Thorns YouTube channel, because that's really what is going to help you the most as musicians, right?
Definitely.
To visit the YouTube channel, to watch the videos, give it a like, hit subscribe, and click the little bell for updates. That way, whenever you guys do put out these awesome videos, they'll be notified first.
There will be more.
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome! Well, we can't wait to see what new stuff you guys put out. We love this CD, and thank you for the little thank you in there.
Absolutely.
That was really sweet. Okay, Mia and Johnny, Petals and Thorns, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you're the first guest that we've had in here for a while because of the whole pandemic thing.
Oh, nice.
So we're happy to see you again in person and talk with you and have guests here in the studio.
We're happy to get out of the house.
Yes.
Thank you.
The fans to go to their YouTube.
Okay, so
Or
first,
something like
the
that.
first half you talked about their origins, how they got together, and
Mhm.
everything. The second half was, the stuff I suggested. So that was good. So now we're really gonna shoot it for real. You ready?
Hey.
Good practice.
No, so it's rolling now. So if you want to just kind of, and then go into some nice wrap up ending, okay?
Okay.
And
What? He's making party noises. He'll do that.
I wasn't looking, and I was like, is that real? Or